welcome to NOBUL Racing Series 2, Week 1. 1 hour, 5 tracks, 1 car. This week, the Ocelot XA-21. We first start off here at Ninjas in the Hills. Kempy, Friendly, and Alpha all battling for first place as they make their way through the high-speed downhill section. A little bit of a rub there from Alpha on the inside. Friendly catching up to Kempy right here as they head into the chicane, and they'll come up and around to the hairpin. As Kempy goes through the hairpin a little bit wide there and back across the track, tangling with Friendly, dropping him down below, down to the base section of this over-under area. Kempy then pulling ahead, having to wait off to the right-hand side as Alpha takes first and Mugo passes by in second. Friendly regaining his composure here. Both Lo-Fi and Stefan coming through into third and fourth place. Friendly finally catches up to Kempy. It seems like neither one of them knows who's at fault. Friendly honking at Kempy, giving him the go-ahead. Up ahead, we've got Stefan and Lo-Fi battling it out for third place as they come up and around the sharp turn. We will see a little bit of action not too long from now. Both keeping a safe distance from each other pretty much up this entire hill. You'll see them catch a little bit of air as they peak. And come around this corner, Lo-Fi lifts off the throttle, allowing Stefan to gain on him. And as they come up into yet another hairpin turn, we see a bit of a desync bump there. That's right, a little bit of a hit to the butt end of Lo-Fi. Stefan taking the lead and wandering up now into what is usually a very difficult corner, but the track makers actually made it quite nice here. But this part always seems to get people, both of them sliding out wide and around the barrier there. Back in 9th place, we've got Samno and an 8th Weiger. Samno coming up on the inside of Weiger. A little bit of a nudge slides out there, allowing Samno to pull out in front here just a little bit. We will see them getting quite close. Samno and Weiger approaching the corner now. Samno brakes, allowing Weiger out front, but then Samno comes back through and pinches it close. And a little bit of a rub there, which allows Weiger to actually come around the outside after some of that fishtailing there. Heading into the uphill section now. This is where it's going to start getting interesting, especially here for Samno. We see Weiger dip 2 wheels off the side there, and it looks like Samno may have a better line here as he kind of sneaks right past and up into this 90-degree here, heading back down the hill. Both of them coming through, being very cautious on this corner. Many walls have been met there, both exiting a little bit wider on that corner. Samno dipping the 2 tires into the dirt here, which is actually the preferred way of taking that corner. Nice little jump through and around the trees over here as Samno pinches 8th. A little bit later on, Samno manages to catch up to Ant-Man here. Ant-Man driving a borrowed car by Samno. Getting a little bit close to the back there at the same place that Samno and Weiger were fighting earlier. You can see Ant-Man's got a smashed rear window, probably had some trouble earlier on. And here we go, watch this. Ant-Man tires into the dirt, Samno breezing past uphill once again. This seems to be Samno's area for taking up any sort of positions. Nice into 7th, and now Samno near the end of the race, final lap, racing the timer here. You can see on the left-hand side, over half of the field has already finished, and Samno is pretty much the last one that's going to get anything in here. We're seeing it count down almost at 10 seconds now. The finish line not too far up ahead, and we'll see how close it actually is. 4 seconds left, not too terrible. On to track 2 here. Davinci's Raceway riding along with Alpha here. We've got Ant-Man just ahead. Ant-Man is going to take a dive way far on the inside and wipe out Alpha, narrowly avoiding that spin there. Of course, Alpha's going to be making up a lot of room here. We've got Kempy just ahead, them taking the double apex. Stefan appears to have missed the turn and had to come back, so now we've got a larger group of 3 at the moment. Alpha taking the inside, a little bit of a nudge here, and Alpha will take it as Stefan goes wide through the sign and leaves quite a bit of space in front for Alpha to do his thing. Now riding along with Mugo, we've got Friendly and Lo-Fi just up ahead, all of them battling for first place. Lo-Fi and Friendly keeping it side by side for the most part. Lo-Fi looks like he kind of just lets off the throttle here as they come around through a high-speed corner. Mugo's going to go wide and narrowly avoid that street light there, but there's a lot of pressure going on right now. And you'll see them as they come through this straight, Mugo making up a little bit of room, keeping an even distance between all three actually. Lo-Fi goes a little bit too wide, brushes the wall there, but takes the inside, forcing Mugo onto the out. This is not the end of it. There are a lot of mistakes to be made here, and they're very, very frequent on these city tracks with this car. A little bit of a slide here, and then we'll double down on it. Second slide. Mugo coming up right behind, putting the pressure on as we come through the start-finish into lap 2. Way too wide here, too much power, big slide, ramming into everything that you could possibly lay your eyes on, letting all three drivers behind Lo-Fi past. He's gonna have to make up quite a bit of time here and hope that they make more mistakes than he has if he wants any chance of catching up with them again. Moving over to track 3, Nürburgring GP. Here we are with Lo-Fi and Kempi. Kempi's gonna go a little bit wide on the outside, step off the track a bit and get quite close to Lo-Fi here. As they come through this corner, a bit of a battle as Mugo moves up and sweeps right past Lo-Fi, joining Kempi for a nice drag race into the next corner. Lo-Fi just hanging back and waiting to see what's gonna happen as Mugo steps too far out and smashes into the barrier there, kind of slowing both of them down just a little bit. Friendly over there on the left-hand side in the garden, tried to respawn, ended up getting out of his car. Stepping deep into this corner, but carrying the power through, it's not going to be enough as Mugo and Kempi both step away just a little bit. But the battle rages on. As we come back to the very same corner, Kempi and Mugo make the same mistake, step out too wide, smash, spin, and across the track. As Alpha moves into 3rd place here, Alpha always making a position, starting in 5th place in most of these races in week 1. And they ease their way through this large, wide turn here. Back in the pack a ways, we've got Samno in 8th, creeping up on Weiger. As they come out of this corner, we're going to watch them duke it out through the back section of this track. You're going to see Weiger trying to take the inside line on most of these turns, and maybe a little bit of odd posturing right here on the straight as he shifts left. And Samno goes wide, only to cut inward and take Weiger out. May have been a little bit of a desync bump there. Weiger brakes and allows Samno quite a bit of room up front, and unless Samno makes some big mistakes, Weiger's going to have a hard time catching up here. We're back with Alpha and Stefan. They've dropped back to 4th and 5th in this race on lap 7. Only a couple more to go. They're really duking it out through these early corners and the track. Bit of a bump there. We see that a lot here with NOBUL racing. We try to race as cleanly as possible, but sometimes it doesn't work. Alpha really taking a lead out there. Stefan's still on him. Here we are with Friendly creeping up on both of them. Really getting some good lines in, closing the gap between Stefan and Friendly himself. Really getting through these corners with some good speed and not slowing down, not making any braking mistakes like we have seen previously. A little bit of the S section creeping up on the inside with Friendly, just barely eking around Stefan as they enter the 8th and final lap of this race. Moving on to track 4, F1 2017. Here we are with Alpha. A bit of a mix-up very early on. Mugo into the back of Ant-Man, Alpha into the back of Mugo, and Friendly into the back. You see a cartoonish display there with Stefan just screaming into the wall. Here we are again. Alpha gets a little knock from Samno. Again followed up by Friendly, just taking him out right in the rear end, straight into the wall. Not a good early start for Alpha here. But this is where it gets really interesting. We watch Alpha come from the very back of the pack and start aggressively making moves to get up toward the very front. Here we are, passing by Weiger, dropping him down into 8th place, creeping up on more of the drivers with every single passing second. Hitting up Mugo into the 90-degree right-hand turn. Mugo steps out a little too wide over the track, across and straight into the wall. It's going to hurt Mugo quite a bit. Making passes up on Samno now, taking the better line out to the left. You don't want to hug too close to that inside of that corner there. Always on the uphill to that 90-degree turn, it gets very dangerous. Stefan has another wipeout right there. Alpha just screams right on by him, nothing getting in the way, making some very good maneuvers here whenever there's crashes or traffic on the track. Chomp, again, taking that inside line there. Alpha keeping speed on the outside into the downhill and easily just going right by him, blowing him away. Up in third already. Here with Kempe is where the struggle starts once again. And here we go, switching back to Stefan, who's actually going to do a great closing of the gap right up here during this 90-degree turn. Again, very dangerous corner. Easy to step wide on the outside. A bit of contact there between Kempe and Alpha. Alpha drops back and Stefan takes it. Alpha's going to hang back a little bit and see how these guys handle these upcoming turns, because they do get a little bit tricky. You see Kempe barely being saved by that guardrail on the right-hand side. A little bit of a misstep by Stefan there, allowing Alpha to take back third place. It's not going to end here. The battle will rage on into the last couple of laps, the side-by-side with Stefan here, as they both desperately try to catch up to Kempe. The more they battle, the harder it's going to be. But watch this. Inside and slide, out and off the track Stefan goes. That's another big wipeout from Stefan, unfortunately. Alpha taking up third as they enter the final lap of the race. Really putting the pressure on Kempe. You can see him closing the gap quite well already. And here it goes, the final battle. Alpha surprisingly taking the inside line and still managing to get all of that speed in the downhill and overtake Kempe. Now, this is a misjudgment on the braking. A bit of contact there, slamming Alpha into the wall sideways. Of course, Kempe being the gentleman, waiting for Alpha to take back that second place position before continuing on. And they'll continue around these corners, stepping out wide again. You can see there just on the right-hand side, it'd be very easy to fly directly off the track. Very few barriers right there. Lo-Fi finishing in first there. Alpha and Kempe not too far behind. Track 5, Coastline Clash 2020. Our camera's on Mugo right now as it's closing in on Chomp. Getting around these little hairy corners, these weird chicanes that are put in place. Really keeping the pressure on here. And you can see these corners, it's easy to slide on the outside. You're not going to get a good angle entering this corner, unfortunately. And Mugo steps on the inside and can easily outpace Chomp on this straight right here. Not quite sure what was holding Chomp back. If it was a bad line, maybe some of the bumps in the road were actually helping Mugo out quite a bit. You can see all the other racers passing on the other side, still on Mugo here. Lap 3 coming in on Samno. Samno hopping the curb right here. We've had a really difficult time with these cars, specifically on these tracks with the curbs. They sometimes like to stub their toe and you will go flipping and flying all over the place. Both of them taking that corner a bit wide, which is very interesting, but hopping over the curb right here, this one's not very dangerous. But this one was an interesting move. Was not expecting Mugo to go out so wide there to enter that corner. A little bit too much speed, and Samno is out up against the pole, clipped the right-hand wall. Both Mugo and Chomp go breezing by. Samno's really going to have to pick up the pace and not mess up. Here we're going to see, as they're entering this turn, we see Ant-Man doing some acrobatics on the other side of the track. Really approaching that final hairpin for the start-finish. Here we are with Stefan, still lap 3 of 7. It's early on, but there's still a lot happening at the moment. 4th place, not too bad, but you can see quite a bit of a gap between Stefan and the racers up front, the drivers up front. Right there you go. There is going to be some closing by Stefan. Mugo, 5th place, closing back in on Stefan here. Getting sloppy around some of the corners, and you can see Stefan taking a bit of an advantage over that as they enter this slight, sharp left-hand turn. Exit a little bit wide again, but at least didn't clip the wall this time. Again, hop over the curb on the right-hand side, not a problem. A very easy curb to get over. These curbs, still very surprising. There we go, a much better turn by Mugo this time around. No walls and no sliding. Kept the tires really grip into the track and closing in on Stefan as they approach these really awkward downhill turns. Both drivers making it around that corner quite decently. Now heading onto the back straight, it's gonna be very difficult for Mugo to make up any sort of room here. They are approaching the final hairpin turn. It is a bit of an interesting turn, kind of a scary one, because you head in full speed, turn to the right, brake hard, and try to hang as close to that little barrier as possible. It looks like Stefan is going to be taking 4th place, Mugo in 5th. There go the horns, the final race of Series 2, Week 1. Alpha takes first place, Lo-Fi in second, Kempi in third. That wraps up week 1 of NOBUL Racing Series 2. Join us for week 2 as the drivers tackle the Schlagen GT right here on NOBUL Racing.